Abusian for Mama Kwaba, Edinburgh KMTV, baby, will be a mess or so be subscribe, over like no I share. In common I be no a hot. In common in no far honorable Afenyo Markins, minority leader for the new Patriotic Party in Ghana's parliament. What the press conference be by Edifa losses be a akoso our domestic good purchase. Na yewura no ekire say losses na awke no eye Sami Jamfi and Gold Board ene nam so ma eye sa eka no ebae sa no Sami Jamfi during meet the press series na ekoso no accountability series no ewo Flaster House na Jubilee House no Sami Jamfi state categorically ekire say asem na omoka dey fa Good Board ho enya de a eye nokre esanse Good Board emmo ka bia edifa any good purchase ana transaction bia omo eye ho eno nti Sami Jamfi ba ponten ekasa ekire se empo hwa wo hu de se eye minority leader Afenyo Markins aboni trim poso pese ogu enimu ase eno nguase ne se wase wono ena wasafan personal to the sense say wo hu se ura na ka se eye den a se NPP ba mu a omo di Sami Jamfi betum eno ene ma Sami Jamfi kuku paye no se obi na no na anu yie no mu no Sami Jamfi ka simbi o ka simbi de fa Afenyo Markins so say one o ye trofo onye pani a o kanokre ni nsema a o kan nyina no ye ntro na ni ntie ye ntro no se san nsema o ka fa Good Board ho ene wono Sami Jamfi ho se omode Good Board aboka ewo 2025 financial year no mu no ntro isanse Gold Board dwumadi mu no wo mom abon anyamfaso 907 million Ghana cedis eye surplus and what TBB free mu anu yesika eko oman no ho mfaso aba ena overall profit amunya so 1.4 billion Ghana cedis into hwe ni nchichirimu na na chese wo mu Gold Board kra de omo moka ena biu sa sika na wo kan se omanya mfaso enye wo mo na report Ghana's Auditor General report I indicate say Gold Board enya mfaso ena wasase asema Afenyo Markins ka se uko eye bank IMF report na o indicate na enye wo mu Gold Board ena IMF kire se o maboka na mom domestic gold purchase programmer ekoso ewo Bank of Ghana eno ho dwumadi na de eka aba nti se wutina ba bi na oka se Gold Board aboka eche se wusa ni pakro no enya de oka no kre eno na o kire se makasa o yetro de a ene saji we ka we extortionist ye ka extortionist da wo hwe nchechirimu a ekire se obi a o pese o fa kwan bi so edi ademudi afiri ho wo hu se waye boni bi na boni na waye no o pese o de I say waye boni nti usuru se boni be pie nti ensan so wonu hu boni na waye ni nti no o de nu igina so no de agigi usika adi Sami Jamfi kira some millions Ghana cedis ena Afenyo Markins demanded from wono say ebeya onfama no se ne ebeya obeyi kum eno na ama me ahia me say ne episi edi hu nkomo but me prepare this script enra anwumre eye Sunday evening ade achiye no ma hu se mpenyimfo mienu bi mo eye alanchremantin party nim atworo Solomon Owusu ene ne nua atworo se omo pese apolisifoɔ mpanimfoɔ IGP omo ma omunye twhwemu emfa saa asɛm na asɛm Gyamfi ka se eye afenyo making here extortionist afei Commission for Human Rights and Administrative Justice omo so nhwehwem charge for so nhwehwem any other institutions na omo kyerɛ saa asɛm na omo aka na hia sɛ eye nhwehwem isan sɛ afenyo markings enye ankrankra na sɛ ye uka bibisa afa ho a ehu be hia sɛ be nhwehwem na eye me nwanwa sɛ de me medwin no saa na nkrofo no so atwroe if you say Ghana ha ye wo mra ye de kutia katasihye no pro ye dwurimdie nti so bi na adwin sɛ opese o ye dwurimdie a we have a law that can be used to address that catasation project. 10 million extortion allegation. What does Ghana's law says? There is a developing controversy involving minority leader in parliament, Alexander Afenyo Markins, and the chief executive officer of the Ghana Gold Board, Sami Gyamfi lawyer, Esquire. And the minority has questioned financial performance of Ghana Gold Board, alleging losses for the 2025 financial year. And the CEO of Gold Board has rejected the allegation and described it as false. Sami Gyamfi said the omo kana yetro. No krebianim. But the matter has taken another serious turn. And when I'm person edi hu nkomo no. Sami Gyamfi has publicly alleged that Afenyo Markin demanded some amount of money from him to remain silent on the matter. That is extremely serious allegation. And the entire matter interest was asking we say, one, Sami Gyamfi enye small person. Our politics nim. Mamo bianca say a small boy. When yes small boy or a man. Or a mature man. Sami Gyamfi know from his right to left. From left to right in politics. And again, Sami Gyamfi is a lawyer. He understands the law. Afenyo Markin is a lawmaker. He's a lawyer. Long-term practicing lawyer. And these two guys, when it comes to the law, and for Sami Gyamfi to state, say, Afenyo Markin is extortionist, and even allege, say, Afenyo Markin have approached him. Our dare no. Say, if Afenyo Markin likes, it can send him to court. If Afenyo Markin want, he can take him to court. And for somebody to say that, no, let's just say, there is serious issue. Now, no, me ko tie Afenyo Markin, ewo good evening Ghana, so one Paul Adum Ochre. Nkomo na omudi no. Adum Ochre busan say, nti saa sema omo aka afa ahunidie na obeye. Oseme de say Yesu, omo bubo na so ne wanka hwe. Nenka ho anu yi bibiri nti on de obe remaining silent on that. Onfi de ompe no monye. No, you cannot say that. I was say oba no be defend oba no be chirichirim. Say there be asema Sami Gyamfi kano enye no kre. Untimi nka nkyere ye say wo de oti we ni nye Yesu asem we ni your mind no asem. Na me pese me quote law emra ewo Ghana ha ebetimi aboa me nyina ahwe se saa asem ekura ho hia se idi akire. Under the Ghana's Criminal Offences Act 1960, Act 29, Section 247, deal with extortion by public officers. A Criminal Code 1960, Act 29, Section 247, can say, chirimu, can pefe, say, untumi and sorry, say we public officer. Now, be a juma ye unso nam kwambonde so ye. Osima misika na minjai ka ana minjai chirimu debi ɛsɛ yɛba saa ɛbɛtumi akyɛw. The law essentially addressed a public officer who, under color of his office, demand or obtain money or valuable consideration which he know is not legally entitled to demand or obtain. Emrane say, one will say me ye bibi. Also you're a public officer, and now you're Ghana ni. Na also be ya dear one officer, a dika, a day or how every amount for. Untimi nka say, minia adie we mamisika. Ana mame ahunya die bi. Na minya nea wo ye no eka. Yesi bra obeye saa no. Watia aye Criminal Offences Act. Ghana Criminal Offences Act. Act 1960. Section Act 29, Section 247. No, or breach that law. Nti marano betimi asumu. And until I may show interest in this. Until the two guys who have petitioned, I 100% support their stance. Because say ya nyesa obi abeyesa in the name of politics no afan hodi. E was say ye ma sami jamfi hwe no eba anase afenyo mra bonten anase nhwemu fo no nhwem ne hu say indeed if afenyo marking went for some monies for the consideration say obejaya asem send an all cano ato ama sami jamfi din ma bonten a then ne ama mra no adi if you say sami jamfi enye obi a we small person in the legal fraternity, when you're a small person in politics, when you're a very mature man, he knows what he always talk about. And when you're greedy, when you cross out there, say, after you're marking pa, or more in Shia Park so. Make the park is just say, Ibia, it's enmity, winnie na mini, na omudia see a gun, nay, I read the or can't no credit. Where dear, Yema, Marano, no creno, am I? Now, my questions be under the Criminal Offences Act 1960, me person busa e dey first asem we ho. Say if something was offered or was requested or demanded from Sami Jamfia, if it will be possible there, yes there. This is questions me person busa. Was the demand because of Afenyo Markin's position as minority leader? Say sikabusa bi ebamu ewo ho a dem pese mbusa ne say na Afenyo Markin busa sa as minority leader na say dey. Was it connected to his parliamentary works? Sika say yampa say wo demand sika e kanedwumadi a wo di no ho enhyehyɛ ya na. What was it demand in exchange for silence? And I say, na Afenyo Markins, bisa sika se ne be ya obey kum e de afane wonu osi wo hunu hunu se eye bone na ana. Was there a threat that something would be done if the money was not paid? Enti de bebusa Sami Jamfi so say ampa se obebusa sika obebusa bibi firi ho se ye mame esan say ade we ni mahu e wo dwumadi mu a. What the threat to also say one farmer me a may you see ana. Was there any communication, WhatsApp, SMS, recording, telephone call, witness, or document? The person bubu sa so say ana epe hunu say asembusa pese hunu say san komodi de ye course on. Ibet menye bibi ti say WhatsApp conversation ana. SMS recording bi ho. Telephone call bi ho. Ana dancing bi ho ana ye won krata bi a ebitimi aboa mi adi adanse afa we ho. Was any money actually paid? Ana say sika bi tua ye tua sika bi kra na. We nyina ne yense busa me busa. Was there any intermediary? Ye won tanyinafo bi ewo saa dwumadi e course Sami Jamfi kan say Afenyo Markins bisa sika free no ho na. So yeah, san komo we ne pese we. Enti say oba if that was a bribe, what if that was bribe or inducement? Asembusa menu a general question no, and under beyond me wo sub questions are mebusa. Main question number 2. What if it was bribe or inducement? Yeba emremua, it was bribe kataseshe. Odisika obi ana woji bibi afiri ho, omo obi bibi se ne be ya ebitmi aboa makro no bo ewo sikasemu akoso. Ana se ye de bibi ma na ne edi ama woni ntino ne sese wo ye no ntimi nye. Oti ase nti eno so nsembusa ewo ho, eno so ho mra ewo ho ampese edi ho nkomo. There is another important part of Ghana's criminal law. Ghana criminals law na Ghana's criminal law no ena mpese ehim. Section 239 of Act 29 as amended by the Criminal Offences Amendment Act 2020, Act 1034, deals with corruption involving public officers. The law can apply where a public officer conduct in relation to his official duties is influenced by a gift, promise, or prospect of valuable consideration. And critically, the law does not only concern the public officer. The person who seeks to corrupt or influence the public officer can also face criminal liability. So, if these allegations before us is true, is give me certain amount of money, 10 million Ghana cedis, and I will stop pursuing this matter publicly, then the critical legal question becomes, the American say, Criminal Offences Act, the amendment version now about 2020, Act 1034 no, say, obi bia obey na adwin say, obe GBB ana obe ma bibi ansa na adwuma wo so ye no kroje no obe ye no se ni pakro no emra no se wo ye public officer o so ye ankrankro na o ti Ghana ha de emra no edi ena kire se obi hye obi bo se me cha wade we na wa yi amamia e corruption. Obi ebo hye e corruption. Obi cha na de physical so e corruption abra or ye bibi ama a face so se obi emma bibi a ebetimi ama obi ano aye komu a eno so o for bibi in the course of your work send be ya indirectly un kan kire say ye wo de man de but wo de ama no obi wi akire na saa de wo de ama no I induce no eno so mara no ekasa etia ene ne keka ho nti se e ampa se afenyo markings ebisa sika dia then this very law so no wasato ho adwam. So what exactly was demanded, why was it demanded, and what was promised in return? Dear potting sika do say dear potting apart from sika na some jam fika dear potting biom na afenyo marking demand here. Na demand na all demanding na for what? Ena afi so demand ya na say or case or to me fulfill that promise na return ben na ebeba so eno ne say obema asem na akoda na say dey. The evidence will determine which criminal offense, if any, has actually been committed. So the questions I'm bibusa under this you say is there. This is where I think the Ghanaian public deserve clarity. I had a misusu say, young Ghana for in here chichimu, send a beya, yebeti in seminar ekoso na say. If a person publicly alleged that a certain public officer or figure demanded certain amount of money in connection with his public functions, and there is a credible evidence supporting that allegation, should that matter simply remain political argument between the minority and majority? Member simple sa pa ba kon. Enti mraya mekinka ye nyina na obi ayade a eti amra na sisi allegation aba say afenyo marking ebe pay say mintua sika ma no otua sika ma say obusa sika say yemfanya den na sa demand nso no so o pay den nti so ode onya sa sika ma na den nka be return results na ebe ba nka na afanyoma na chete nka onka ne o kan na se eyampa se bibi sa sia na evidence wo ha nti wo se o man ni jai to ho na be da ne minority majority sami jamfi afanywa ana se wo se yetimi etu anamon bi as Ghanaians se ne be address this menace, or should appropriate investigation authority investigate it? And no na and me sorry ya me say Solomon of Alan Tremantin film communication officer and any new lawyer de asem no akok emia bi so omunye hwehwemu emfa se ne me dwen sa no so adwen. And the Mr. Busan say Ghana has office of the special prosecutor. Special prosecutors also betimi abasa asem we mu ana. Those mandate including investigating and prosecuting corruption and corrupt related offenses involve public officers and politically exposed persons. Special prosecutor ne tumi ni dwumadi odin ene say obetimi aye nhwehwemu afa all corruption related issues no aye investigation obetimi prosecute corruption and afeso corrupt related offenses obi a otosini ewo corruption mu bia no special prosecutor betimi so de no afamra kwan so. Therefore, one important question is, has a formal complaint been made to appropriate investigators authority? And no na me can say Solomon and any new lawyer me if lawyer ni din I don't want to mention and get it wrong. Ede asem no akọ aso ebi say human right police say omunye hwehwemu say no krebi wo sansem no mu a fa say extortion be akoso na. And also if there has not been adintra say yenye nhwemu a nka adintra no we de nyame adom nipa mienu edekọ ke yem bi nke ya gin say yede ebekọ. My question number 4 so ni, can ordinary citizens take this matter up? Yes. Yes, Solomon any nua action no actually say ebitimi akọ me na me contemplate as to say me amiti meet me sorry afa sa asem de akọ say yenye hwehwemu possible sense Solomon any nua lawyer mo wo alanchemantin party ni mu no omotumi tu anamo na omode eko nti some ankra kobetimi a yenhwe ne e wo say a citizen who has credible information concerning an alleged corruption offense does not necessarily have to wait to the two politicians to settle the matter between themselves. Yes, say we are Ghana ni na se otin nsem bi say ya wasade ya oso so betimi atake the matter up now they are court and now they are court atu ho anamo se ne be ya hwehwemu betimi akoso na ya establish the fact at the end of the day. Say you establish the fact na nipa na ye kan ho asem no ekuhu say nipa no aye sade na amamara no atake no nti ye nyina ye ho kwan betimi atake the matter. So the answer is yes, we can. Making a complaint is not something as personally prosecuting someone or asking court to declare what that person guilty. And when you say we take that decision obua and also ubusa se omumua wo se omunye hwehwemu emphasize asem na ekoso no ni yenhu se no krebi ewuma. Until after the investigation then we can proceed, because at that time no maybe we have established any fact, we have gotten any fact that a concerns in the panel at the bonibi say. Question 5 is, can a court force them to reveal the secret? We ya sembusa mi busa say sa seme ya ekosu nti court bitimi afre sami jamfi ene afanyoma ke say momma be mfa secret bia o mana nti yem twede e bitimi asi. This need to be handled carefully. I will say you can yipa. A private individual cannot simply go to court and say there is 10 million secret between these two people, your lordship, force them to tell us everything. Ankurankura ntimi nya saa. Nti nkɔkɔ sɛ court me say mama yɛ hwemu mom bit my hwemu. A court operates through established legal procedures. Nti court ɛwɔ kwan yɛfa so ɛyɛ no. There is an actual case before the court. If there is an actual case before the court can make appropriate orders for disclosure, production of document, testimony, and other evidence, depending on the nature and stage of the proceedings. The assembly can you say, Asama can you edify some medium fee, any after say, a court to the na court to aid. It drew baby a court with me a demand for some disclose some information, or produce some document, or for dance dear a far as some homra and evidence in fact be a db or bit me serve as evidence of fact. If I meet me their court, depending on the nature of the state and the but court does not conduct a finishing expedition simply because somebody has made an allegation publicly. In the court, and yes, will be kind of so no can be court in Yanisa on them procedures. Into the American na even say the sixth question is what if the allegation is false? Say Kobasa allegation here a tra and I say no cra dean and I will say this is equally important. We must not create a situation where an accusation automatically becomes conviction. Public court. Ye bit me at time bua as but court the yanisa. Any busa say Kobase as some as a medium fee came. A defa for your hono, and no cra. Yeneko. Na in your age says some medium fee and your small fish in the issue of law. With him rapapa. Afanya marking na ye kan wasem no onimra onimade e frɛ no defamation of character nti sɛ enye no kra do you think senka afanya marking nkontu ho na mo na nanka on seek for civil suit against Samidian fee for defaming him ko otu anamo nti eno yare so I never demand nti say afanya ka say I never demand any amount from Samidian fee. Then the burden is whoever alleges criminal conduct to produce evidence capable of establishing the allegation. Nti say ebusa after at said there a year for adomochi busa na ya was one the one ka ho hwi. One ka ho hwi but when timi nyina no say e no kre anase nyo no kre. Say obusa no ko ka say menye bibia sa. Then the burden will lie on Samidian fee. The question is, I didn't think Ebusa after your markings. Say, as semna abrante na kafa on. Say, o kubusa sika efri no say, almost ka na miya wano. Na I didn't think I want to miya wano. Want to min kasa. Kase debi menye bibiasa enye no kre. Ntin kasa brinko bie na no kan say enye no kre a eno de nanka asem nyina be gina Samidian fee so nanka wa chiri mu say, oh media eyampa ananyampa eyampa esanse me wadi we analysis when to me producer then na society so hu ono so nanso up to date afanyo mark ntimi ema bonten embeyi no ho ano. These are some of the consequences. Nti se eba se asema Samidian fee kan ade fa afanyo ho no enye no kra afanyo bitimi asiw Samidian fee for defaming his personality. Nti the American nyina ne say afenyo brabonten Ghana fo busa yempene masa asem nkoda politically da ye behwehwem so we extortionist ye behwehwem so we liar and extortionist ye behwehwem say ye no kre na say wo wako demand sika e be ma mrehye bedwofo na hu say yes we are not going to entertain anybody to do whatever they want. My show interest in this case because we per se Ghana for adwimba niam biso. As they say no, ye per se ye bi anti me demran be bie bie mranim am nipa nyina hu. This And this brings me to what I believe is almost important question. Mr. Afenyomakin, did you demand 10 million from Sambi Gyamfi in exchange for remaining silent on the good board matter? If the answer is no, then the public deserve to hear from your side clearly. Afenyo, no kre. Se u demande sika bi efiri Sambi Gyamfi ho. Se ne be ya obeye kom ewo nsem a wo kan nei se omaboka ama Ghana yi over 22 billion Ghana cedis. What they call dollars more 1.7 billion. Nah. So what say there be a then public no ehia nchirichirimu everywhere. If you say the allegation is false, so what say nsem na ye kan fa ho dia eye troa. What action are you taking against the person who made this allegation? So what say eye ntro there are some Sambi Gyamfi ka fa ho no nya nokra. Ene ne ye busa wo say anamon ben na wo Afenyomakins minority leader, micro minority leader, utu ede afasa asem. Sambi Gyamfi aka fa so we extortionist. Ajije. Mamiska minye din. Are you going to court? Obeko court ana? Are you demanding a retraction? Ana say busa Sambi Gyamfi say ontwin sign. Say asem na wo ka no enye no kure say wo say enye no kure ana. Are you asking the appropriate investigative institution to investigate the allegation? Wo Afenyomakin wo busa. Ana wo de ato nhwehwemu ebejoku bi say omunye nhwehwemu fa asem na Sambi Gyamfi akan send be ya ho beton totroto ana. And on other side, Ibebusa Sambi Gyamfi so. Mr. Sambi Gyamfi, if you maintain that the demand was made, what evidence do you have? Masema me pese mini minua Sambi Gyamfi di ehun komo say. Was there a recording, a message, a witness, a telephone conversation, a meeting, a document? Was any money transferred? Me busa sanse we nyina wi na busa say us eya mpa de a uyi sika bi mai ana say okan na the one fee no enu ntisu na ono aso aba abontin no ana. Or is there some other evidence capable of providing the allegation? And now wo adefufuru bi a betimi di ayesusu dia amayehu se asem na wo kan ade afa Afenyo se oye extortionist ajije na minye kom no oje ampana. Because once an allegation of this magnitude is made publicly, the Ghanaian people deserve more than political exchanges and press conferences. They deserve evidence. Did they make canon? So this should not be about whether somebody belongs to MPP or NDC. We need to say NDC and MPP same. It should not be about whether somebody is minority leader or the CEO of good board. And need to say yes, a minority leader and also good board. It should be about rule of law and accountability. Send yes, Sambi Gyamfi ba accountability series no so. We so accountable nsema ba ho. Na accountable hu so for DB and I say nsem bia ya ka for obi hu aba nti e wo say ehwehwem nti enkoye minority and good boss you. It should be about true of law no. If the allegation is false, let the evidence establish that. Say enye no kra moma evidence no enu na mranti mi no court no ana say omonhwehwemu no. If the allegation is true, then the appropriate institution must investigate and where the evidence support it, prosecute. Nti eyehwehwemu na yehu ba bia say ampa Afenyomakin busa sika na establish evidence and a factor. What say making sure say you proceed to court near the mpanyufo ko gina mra no na mra eno di if you say yentena say ema aboa potokura yenwene nam emedi board betem ya hye abre no en dore sade no mfa nkosirim ana se nwuram no nku na abra yenwen na ana se hunu kra intimi kunu emfa nya bibia. The law must have the final word, not parliament, political microphones, not social media, not partisan supporters. The question tonight is simple. Did money exchange hands as demanded and as alleged demanded from Afenyomakins demanding money from Sami Jamfi, the CEO for Good Board? Send a bear or keep quiet. I thank you very much for following my page, and I'm very grateful. Thank you for joining us. This is KMTV, Face the Fact Show. Remember, say obe like it, obe share, obe comment it. Na odi wajinchire aba, I will show you so. Usonfo, eno wakua Megina Kwesi, aka Common Man, the man with the common sense. Me and I'm doing yansa film na miyem ba iwiasia. Man ko hun school. Man fesikanto. Asembia so ababa me chichiri mu ama. Me da se yedi ehia. Ye besan ehia biom. Bye bye.